Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tara T. I'm a crocheter here on YouTube, and I love to bring you market vlogs, weeks of crochet, challenges, and all kinds of other crochet content for you to enjoy. This week, I've decided to do a little bit of a challenge, kind of, and I wanted to just get some feedback on this because I've not done a video like this before, but I am going to be busting through my scrap yarns and my whips and just seeing how many things I can get done today. Today only. Okay. I have a couple whips here. I have this cow I made on TikTok live the other day. Actually, he just needs ears and horns. Super easy whip to finish up. I have one horn that I found randomly that I need to put on him. I have a chicken body that I need to finish. I have two little octo bodies that I found in this process of getting my scraps out. And I have this cute little, I believe it's a little dragon pattern that I was making a while back that just needs wings if I remember right, and maybe horns. I can't remember if he has horns or not, but I could maybe finish him if I have time as well. But the big goal is to go through my yarn scraps, and let me show you my big bin of yarn scraps. Okay, so here's our giant bin of yarn scraps. As you can see, there is a lot here, and I actually went through them just about a month ago already, and let me show you what I've done with that, if I can find it. So about a month ago, I got out most of the big yarn scraps, and I tied them together, and I made little yarn balls out of the cool tone colors, like the pinks and the purples kind of here, another cool tone and a warm tone ball, and then like neutrals, like blacks, grays, that kind of thing. And so I have these little scrap balls, and there's a couple more back here on my shelf somewhere I can find if I need them. And I actually made snakes out of these. They are super cute when you work them up in snakes. I started the head in a solid color, and then I did a big chunk of the body in the scrap yarn ball, and then I finished the tail in like another solid color, and they turned out really cute. It gave them a bit of a personality. Projects like that tend to sell better too when they have a little bit of like a unique feature on them instead of just like a solid color one. Ones with stripes or patterns or specialty yarns that have some kind of pattern already in them tend to sell really well. So I really like to make them with patterns on them, and this was like a perfect way to do it without having to color change all the time and recycle a bunch of my yarn in the process. In here I have a bajillion colors. I mean, I have a little bit of acrylic probably in here. I probably have a little bit of fuzzy yarn, some posh, I have big twists, sweet snuggles, burnout for sure, and who knows what else in here, honestly. I'm going to separate them between the big balls of yarn and like the literal teeny tiny scraps that most likely will be used for stuffing. And so I'm going to separate them and see where that kind of puts me, to give me more of an idea of what I have to work with for these projects. My main strategy here is I found a bunch of free patterns on Instagram that are all free mini items that I'm going to just try to make as many of those out of this scrap yarn, because I actually sold a lot of my $5 bin items at our last market, and I have a market on April 6th, I believe. And so that April 6th market, I'm going to need a lot more $5 bin items again anyways. So I figured this was a good way to kind of clear out this bin a little bit and kind of show you guys what I would do for this. I might use some of this scrap yarn too if I have enough to finish up some of my whips, like my chicken. Just use a little bit of red on the top if I can find a red. Probably gonna use it for that. Maybe a little bit for his beak, a little bit of orange. And then the octos all need to be in a certain purple color, which I don't even know if I have any more of that color, honestly. And then I might just have to use solid purple. And the wings on the dragon was sweet snuggles, so I might see if I have some color of sweet snuggles that might match and just make the wings in a different color too. I think that would be super fun. So I'm gonna kind of sort through here. I'll put a little time lapse of me sorting through it so you can kind of see what I can and can't really use for this. Okay, so I have all of my yarns sorted here, as you just saw. I think I have quite a few options. I have a lot of blues and greens in the burnout color, which I think would be really cute to do some like ears and stuff, I have some burnout smaller balls on my shelf of blues, reds, and a white color. Actually, it's like right here, that I might mix some of these in with some of my patterns. I have a cute little bird pattern that might be cute like that, a mini squid pattern. For the little squids, it'd be perfect to attach some of these strings and do the little tentacles real quick, especially mixing it with like these bigger balls that I had that I kind of found in my scrap yarn pile. So I have some options here. Now the posh, not 100% sure what I'm going to do with that yet. Worst case scenario, all of this is really too small to actually be used on a project. So I really need to use all of this as stuffing for something. So I might save some of it for my chicken, just really stuff it into that chicken. And actually I'm going to start with an axolotl in this color, I think. Actually, I want to save this for a snake. I haven't done a snake in this color yet. I think it'd be really cute to make a snake in that color. I do have a couple different colors for sweet snuggles that are blue. So maybe I'll start with like a blue body, like this blue body, because this is also kind of getting small and I kind of want to get rid of this color as well. So maybe I'll start with this color and then work in some of these sweet snuggle colors for like the little gills on the side and maybe the little feet as well. So I'm gonna start there and see how many like little scrap axolotls I can make. I'll start with the blue and then check back in. I have enough for like a pink one, probably too. So I have a couple smaller cakes back here of some pinks. Maybe I'll do a pink axolotl as well, because those usually sell pretty good for us. These are still like super good or not at all at our markets, so I'm not 100% sure. But I'm gonna start with a blue one and see where that gets me. I haven't done this pattern in a while either, so that'll be fun. I'm gonna get out the blue colors. I think these will be long enough to do a gill or two at least. Worst case scenario, I have this one too. I could do a gill or two in that color. I think would also be cute. So I'm gonna try that and see where that gets me real quick. I have one axolotl done. Look at him, he's so cute. I used my mom's free pattern on Instagram. Her Instagram handle is appletree_Stacy_makes. I almost forgot. Okay. And she has a free little axolotl pattern, this little guy on there. She does do chain and then you single crochet back down to make the legs. I really like the way he looks with little bobble feet though, and it's a lot easier for me personally, especially if I'm trying to use scrap yarn. It uses a little less yarn, and so I just decided to do bobbles instead in the same places. It makes his little feet like a little, you know what I mean, like a little off, and so it almost looks like he's walking too, which is also really cute. And so yeah, we got one little done. I used the scrap yarn for the little gills and the little outline on the tail, and then I used hardly any of this light blue yarn that I had left. I definitely could have used this. I just wanted something different that might have matched a little bit better, and so I made this little guy. I'm going to grab, I think, a pink. I don't have a lot of pink colors left. I don't know. I do have some scrap yarn balls as well that I meant to get out earlier. Like this, I don't have a lot of this left either. And I don't have a lot of this left, but I want to get something done with these two. I do have a lot more patterns on my list. Let me see. My list currently has axolotls, birds, mini squids, pocket octos, crocodiles, my hermit crab pattern, bees, ghosts, and snakes. Snakes, again, I already talked about that. They're pretty good for this. I'm making little striped rounds. The hermit crab would be pretty cute in this. I haven't made the hermit crab in Sweet Snuggles yet though, so I'm not 100% sure about that. Same with pocket octos. I haven't really made those in Sweet Snuggles yet. So just axolotls and maybe the little birds. Maybe I'll try the little birds in these colors together. I think it could be really cute, but I also like definition. So I feel like these two patterns together kind of loses the pattern, if that makes sense. But I did have a little bit of white left, so maybe I'll do the top half like white on one of these and see how this little guy turns out real quick. So let me get that pattern pulled up, and I'm gonna start there while I have the blues out still, and I'll see if I can make a little bird real quick. Checking back in, okay, I just finished this little guy. He's so cute. That little lovebirds pattern is in my video of 8 free spring patterns you can try. It's linked below. It's really easy to find that linked directly to it on Instagram. Again, free pattern. He is so cute. So the white was all scrap yarn except for like half of a row, and the little bobbles I ran out. I needed just a tiny bit more, and so I had to pull just a little bit more. But you could have totally used like another color of yellow or orange or something if you had that kind of scrap yarn, or black even, or something for his little bobble feet. But I wanted them to be white to keep them pretty much the same color. I didn't have any other scrap yellows except for this one little piece of burlap, and so I made that his little beak color real quick, which made him super adorable. Love how he turned out. So now we have our axolotl and we have our little lovebird. I think I'm going to put some more of these scraps away really quickly, and then I'm going to get out some more of these bigger balls of yarn, and then maybe make a snake real quick. I'm not 100% sure. I had an idea to try to make like a mushy boy with like a mixed cap on him with all of like my different sweet snuggles and like the blues or the cool tones, and then like one and all the pinks and the reds and stuff for the warm tones. I thought that would be kind of cool, but I'm starting to second guess that idea now. So now I actually might start working on my whips pile like I had mentioned. I needed some purple to finish up the bottom of that octo, and then I needed 2 little ears and the horns to finish the cow. So not a lot left on those, so I might finish those up real quick. That way I can add that to my inventory for the week, and then I can do like a little recap of what I've completed this week with you guys. It's not been a lot. Like I said, I've been super swamped at work this week, and so I've been super busy on that end of like that back end of everything. So I didn't get a whole lot done, but I'm gonna finish those up so it kind of looks like I got a lot done. Okay, finishing up this whips will help. So I'm gonna probably use some of the scrap yarn to finish off the chicken really quick. I'll probably start there, and then the octos, I'm going to see if I can tie together some of these scraps of the pinks and purples to finish up the octos. And then the cow, I want to make sure I use the exact same colors of purple and the Dreamland pinky purpley yarn that I used for that. So that's not technically scrap yarn, but it's finishing up that whip. So I'm going to switch over to that really quick, so you'll see a little time lapse of me working on those. I got all the way to the end, and as you just saw, hopefully, I just tried to pull my end shut and I was gonna sew it off, and then it broke. So it's just unraveling. So that's super fun. So I'm basically gonna have to scrap this octo, I think. I'm just gonna cut it up and use it for stuffing as well, even though I already put safety eyes and everything on it, obviously. Kind of sucks, but is what it is whenever your yarn breaks, especially that short, and there's really nothing I can do about it. So even those little cutie pies like literally perfectly fine. Maybe I'll reattach purple and show it such. So I finished a couple things. As you saw, I sewed on little ears onto my cow. Very cute, and little horns. So this cow is now finished, which is another check mark off for today. I went ahead and used some scrap yarn and sewed this guy together and gave him a little beak. So now we have another little chicken as well. What we ended up accomplishing was this little lovebird. Very cute. I'm gonna have to make more of these out of some scrap yarn and some smaller yarn balls that I have. And then this little axolotl, he's very cute as well. And then obviously the chicken and the cow that we just saw. So we got 4 things done today. That's really not that bad. I'm probably gonna work on snakes the rest of the night and see how many of those I can get done while I'm out here. I only have about 20-30 minutes left in me for tonight, so we'll see how far I get there. But like I said, we're gonna try to make some snakes. I have one in progress, one of my little whips pile back here that I had started earlier today and hadn't finished it yet. So I need to finish that, and then I will check back in with you. So as mentioned, I went ahead and finished my snake that I had started earlier. He's so cute. I'm really obsessed with putting stripes on my snakes lately. I hadn't done that for like the longest time, and I was only making them in solid colors. But him with little stripes on him is really cute. I wish I would have put one like right here though. He needed like one more stripe. But that's okay. That was the last of the purple yarn. I literally only had this much left. So I would have definitely not had enough to do it on the tail, and the tip of the tail purple like this is super adorable. So I'm really glad I saved a little bit. I love how he turned out. We got him, the cow obviously, we got the little lovebird, and we got the axolotl and the chicken. So we got 5 things done today. It was actually a very productive day. Again, that video I posted of 8 free crochet patterns for spring markets is still up on my YouTube. Perfect video to watch if you have any kind of yarn scraps or small projects that you would like to make for your next market. It is perfect for that. Again, that's what I ended up using my lovebird pattern on. That baby axolotl is by Stacy Makes here on YouTube. You should go follow her and check her out as well. The cow is by Mom Stitchetti. You can find her everywhere. She's awesome. I love her cow pattern so much. I think I should have put the ears one more row higher, but that's okay. He's still super adorable. And then the snake pattern I've linked before in my past videos as well, so you can find that. It's honestly just a free Pinterest pattern I found, and it's like a weird website that it takes me to, but it's super easy to memorize and to know. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. Also, please drop which one was your favorite little scrap yarn make. The rest of this yarn's honestly pretty small for the most part. And all of it's pretty much gonna have to be used for stuffing at this point, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and just chop it all up and throw it into a bin. Even the other longer pieces I had pulled out to save, honestly by the time I tie them together I'll only get like 6 stitches out of them anyways at most. So I want to make sure that I just go ahead and recycle these as well. There's no more big yarn scraps. I got out all of the big yarn balls that I had left. I have a few more pink ones back here too. I'll probably make the same kind of patterns as well for those, just to have some more $5 bin items for my next market anyways. Anything else? I don't think so. If you want to check out my other videos, please do. Please remember to like this video. Please remember to subscribe. There's a lot of you guys that aren't subscribed yet, and I would love to see you join our community and join the fun, and get notifications too for whenever I post. You can go turn those on. I think that's everything, so I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I really appreciate you being here, and you'll know where to find me, so I'll see you next time. Bye.